Hi guys, and welcome to your daily tarot reading for Thursday, the 5th of August 2021. Thanks for joining me. I'm going to use the Golden Dawn Tarot for today's reading. Let's see what these cards have to say about Thursday and what the day is going to look like. So I'm just going to shuffle my cards and choose three to see what Thursday is all about. So let's have a look. First we have the Queen of Pentacles. Okay. Then we have the Eight of Wands. And finally, the Seven of Swords. Okay. So just looking at the images, we've got a story happening, okay? We've got a woman who is in charge. She's ruling. She's sitting on her throne there, and everything is pretty stable and consistent and reliable. And then something happens where she has to leap into action. She has to leave her comfort behind. So expect on this day that some news appears that forces you to challenge yourself and to leave your comfort zone. And then, obviously, there's a sense of urgency involved to go from this state to a full-on sprint up those stairs. It means that something occurs that makes you feel like you have to deal with it and you have to use all of your energy to face whatever is coming up. And then finally, the Seven of Swords, we have either a real confrontation, so with someone who seems very interested in what they're doing, a real opponent as such can appear on this day. Or it can mean that the Seven of Swords is a card that is about self-interest and saying you're looking at what's in it for you and how you can get that for yourself. So it could be that something occurs that really forces you to react, but you have this great perspective of what's in it for you. And because of that, you can turn the circumstance or the news into something that actually works in your favor. So all of this effort can actually be something that pays off. And even though this seems uncomfortable, it can be something that's unexpected that actually really boosts you up and enriches you. So let's see what the day is all about by looking at each card. So the Queen of Pentacles is a woman who's in charge of the element of earth, and that has to do with beauty and the body and the landscape and the animals and anything that really has a physical aspect to it. So she's the one who can make life beautiful and great and sensual, and she can really enjoy the finer things in life, and she has an appreciation for luxuries and for positive physical experiences. So with the Queen of Pentacles, you're going to be in a position in your life where you feel like you're pretty much on top of things and you're running the show in a way that seems suitable to you. And the Queen, rather than the King, the Queen is someone who's actually good at dealing with news. Because the Queen is more about taking what is and tweaking it and adapting it so it suits your needs. The King is much more about going into a situation which doesn't feel right at all and building and asserting and leading to change things completely and to create something totally new. So the fact that we've got the Queen of Pentacles means that you have a lid on everything that's going on in your life pretty much, or at least the Queen says you have the ability to deal with everything that is happening in your life. But then you also have the flexibility and adaptability of the Queen, which means when the Eight of Wands appears, which is big important news as it relates to your life and your life purpose, you have the presence of mind and the flexibility to actually work with it and to adapt it and to tweak it into something that works for you. So both of these cards are very much about being able to work with what is and to make it yours. So if anything happens on this day that you don't particularly like, don't immediately reject it or turn your back or say, I can't deal with this. See it as something that you may not like, or that's inconvenient, or that's overwhelming, but then really engage with it. This self-interest, which works in your favor, really comes through, and you'll be able to transform a situation which is neutral or negative or less than ideal, and you're able to transform it into something that really serves you and heals you. The Eight of Wands in itself is usually depicted as 8 wands kind of creeping into the card, and it's the arrival of really important info that's going to fire you up and invigorate you and give you a sense of drive and purpose and direction. And here we have these stairs, which are held up by these disembodied hands, and they're allowing her to get higher and higher and higher. So the news is likely to come via other people because of the hands. It's news that makes you feel like something has to be done urgently, the fire, or it gives you the confidence and drive to build something for your future, something really concrete, or to invest in something that feels very meaningful. So don't judge any circumstances as they come in, and instead look at how you can work with what is. And by doing that, you'll be able to make major progress and go up and up and up. If you look at this as scaffolding, or let's say this is scaffolding for a new building. You have to create the scaffolding first. Do you? Actually, I don't know very much about building. But let's say you're trying to build a castle that is so high that it goes above the clouds here and you can see all these mountains. Scaffolding is involved somewhere, okay? If you want to build the little steeple on the church tower at the top of your castle, you've got to be able to reach the actual structure and put the bricks in place so it can get higher and higher. So you're going to have to put up some scaffolding at some point. So what the universe is giving you is the building blocks to creating something that only exists in your dreams, in your mind's eye. So she has this castle in mind. She's using all the tools at her disposal to get up there where she can see the castle as such, and then she can get back down and get on with the business of actually building it. But it's kind of like on a spiritual, imaginative level, you're able to reach the heights that you want to reach in a real world sense. But because you're able to look at them spiritually first, you can actually see where you want to go. So major pinpointing your hopes and dreams. And then with the help of the Queen of Pentacles, you're able to adapt the situation to actually create the castle in the sky, behind the scaffolding. And if that wasn't enough, the Seven of Swords is a knight who's really focused on his mission and what he's going to do. Usually the Seven of Swords is about theft, and it's about taking something from other people to benefit you. But here in this deck, we've got a man who's expecting some major conflict. He's got all this armor on, but he's holding up his sword, and these 6 other soldiers are raising their swords as a kind of salute that they're on board or that they'll follow him. So he's a leader. He uses communication and intellect and perspective and charm to get people on board, to help him get what he wants. So he and his army. So the card is about self-interest, and basically he wants to storm this castle and become king. But rather than just being interested in your own thing, this card is saying that yes, you can be self-interested, but you also have the intellect and the communicative ability to influence those around you, to get other people to support you in your efforts, to put aside their own agenda, to follow your agenda, and to influence people to such an extent that they help you and assist you in getting what you want. So you're able to tweak things to get them to suit your needs, right? Then you get major information in, which helps you to set real goals and to progress, and it feels very important. But then you have such strength of character that you're able to delegate and employ other people to help you get up these stairs and to get to where you want to go. So if it's total life purpose, being in charge of the real world and having a mental iron grip on what it is you want and the stamina to pursue it and to get it. So this is the perfect day to set new goals, to get what it is you want, and to get other people to help you. So you're really operating at 100%. You're super powerful. You're charismatic, influential, clear in your insights, driven, and practical. Wow. Yeah, and we've got three elements here. We've got earth, fire, and air. So the only thing that's missing is water. And water is about spirituality and connection and love. So the thing that's not an issue today is this sense of connection and spiritual strength, which then allows you to translate that strength into different areas of your life. So if you are without purpose or you feel lost, revisit that, you'll find your purpose. If you feel powerless over your circumstances, look at them again and you'll be able to see how to tweak them. If you feel like you're ignored all the time and no one pays attention to you, or you have no idea of what interests you and what's important, look at it again today. You'll be able to turn that around and not be influenced by any negativity, and instead give rise to your will. So real certainty and the ability to get things done. Wow, it's an amazing day. It looks super productive. Number-wise, we've got 1 and 8 is 9, and 7 is 16. 1 and 6 is 7, and 7 is the mind and creativity. So you're able to get creative practically. Your mind is like a steel trap because you're so clear on what it is you want that you're able to move on up the ladder towards what it is you want to get out of life. So self-will leads to results. Have a wonderful day. If you would like a personal reading with me, please get in touch via my website. It's gregoryscott.com. On the front page, click on Book Your Reading to audio reading with me. If you like this video, then please give it a thumbs up, hit subscribe, and share the video online. Have a fabulous day, and I'll speak to you tomorrow.